Good morning and welcome to Talking Bayside Business. I'm Rebecca Matthews. I am the transformation coach, the founder of the Mind and Body Co, and your host today. Talking Bayside Business is a local interview series where I get to talk to and introduce you to fabulous local business people from our community, and more importantly, give you the opportunity to really get to know the people behind the business. Now, today I'm excited to be talking to Denise Long from Thermixciting. Welcome, Denise.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Fantastic. Well, I'm happy to be talking to you. We've obviously connected on a few different in a few different places as our worlds have collided of late. So it's really lovely to get to give you the opportunity to really showcase what you do here. And it's a little bit different from a lot of the more, I guess, traditional businesses that I've spoken to. So I'm excited to hear a little bit more about your story and share that with our audience. So tell us all a little bit more. What is your business? What do you do? And let everybody know how it is you spend your days.
Okay, so I'm a Thermomix consultant and I spend my day doing online cooking classes, cooking demonstrations. I also do in-home demonstrations. So we call them a cooking experience. So it's about showing people the potential of a Thermomix. The other part of my day, I'm doing follow-ups and just supporting my customers. I do a daily live on Facebook. So that's about just getting some tips and inspiration, how to get more from their investment.
Amazing. That sounds so good. Now, I've got one. I love it. I've had it for many years. It's so interesting to me how it just opens up your cooking experience to a whole new world. And it's funny, as a Kiwi, I went home recently, well, not very recently anymore, but the last time I went home, I was talking about my Thermomix, and hardly anybody had even heard about it in New Zealand yet. And it blew my mind because nearly everybody I know who has one. So I find the whole idea of how amazing the Thermomix has just taken off here to be very exciting. What was it that motivated you, or what was the kind of defining moment for you that made you go into business as a Thermomix consultant?
Oh, excellent question, Rebecca. I had a Thermomix for 2 years and totally changed my life. I'm a hairdresser in my other life, and I just used to talk about it all the time. I was just telling people about it. And back then, 12 years ago, it really was. Nobody knew about it. So I went to a cooking class and I took a friend with me, and I had a number of friends had purchased sort of through my going on about it all the time. And this friend she said, you should sell it. I haven't got time. But anyway, I came back and I started thinking about it, and I just thought about how it had changed my life. And I just thought, well, I could just do it as a little bit of thing on the side. My children were getting a bit older, and because I had, the time, I just decided I'd have a go at it. And in my first month, I sold 12, which was back then was like unheard of. It was like it was just incredible. But for me, it was more about knowing the potential of how it can help people, whether you want to save time or money, or if you want to get your cooking mojo back. And more so these days with health things, so many more people have issues with gluten or dairy or dietary requirements and stuff like that. So I just knew how it had changed my life. So yeah, I wanted to share that.
Absolutely. I so resonate with that. For us, it was really about health as well. It was a platform or a tool that I could start to make a lot of stuff for myself, mill my own flour, make my own peanut butter that I knew what was in it, make my own sauces. I started making my own almond milk, starting to really get excited about being able to make some of the basics in my pantry, in my fridge, from scratch, so I understood and knew 100% what was in it. And it's a bit of a joke in our house that Sunday afternoons is my Thermi time. Me and Thermi get down in the kitchen, and I do all my prep for the week. I do, all the lunchbox, the sweet stuff and the savoury stuff, and whatever top-ups we need. So it's, it has been a game changer for me and the way I enjoy cooking. But what I really have noticed it has really been a way of getting the kids excited about helping too, because it's all digital now. We've got a screen, it prompts you, it weighs everything, and they love like trying to keep one of my sons off it. He's like, can I bake? Can I do something? Can I make sorbet? Can I, all of these things. He's really as excited about getting in the kitchen and helping and cooking with me as I am. So I really love that. What is it that you think makes your business unique? Because I know you've been particularly successful in this.
Yes, I have. So I think, number one, having a unique product is, and I'm passionate about it. I eat, sleep, breathe, and it is, for me, the only way I cook. So for a lot of people, it might just be their sous chef or their little bit on the side. But for me, it is, I cook basically. Yeah.
That's awesome. Now tell us a little bit about your success, because I think that deserves a bit of a shout out. I get a bit blushy about this. So last year we had the year to be remembered, and in March I only had 3 sales, which for me isn't an awful lot. Like, I always set my goal to have a certain amount each month to keep me going. And anyway, last March it was just, I thought it was the end of my business, because the COVID thing, we couldn't go into people's homes, and I just thought, well, what am I going to do? I've been doing it for 11 years, and I've got a really fabulous young team leader, and she said to me, have you ever thought about going virtual? And I was like, oh, I don't know about technology and all that. So anyway, with her support, she said, try and do these Facebook Lives. So I started doing these lives, and my figures just start going up and up. And then I started doing we called it a cook along. Every Saturday afternoon, I'd send a menu to the people that wanted to Zoom in. They'd get their ingredients ready, and then we cooked together. So it was fantastic. So at the end of the day, I had my dinner cooked. They had their dinner cooked. They were learning hints and tips, and some of them had previous models. Some of them still had their previous models, but it gave them the insight into what the new Thermomix can do. For 3 months, I think. During COVID, it would have been an amazing way for people to connect and feel like they were a part of a community.
I think because we were in lockdown for that 3 months, and at the end of that time, my business was just word of mouth, very much. I'm very connected to my customers. I'm always there to answer questions. When I do a live, I try not to look at the feed and, answer questions there, but I go back after each live and I answer their questions. And in the end, I ended up being the top consultant in Australia last year. So it just blew my mind.
Way to turn things around. That's awesome. Yeah. What do you think? And that is so huge. And I think what's really beautiful about what you do is that you have made it such a success. And any kind of sales in this way can be really challenging. And you took a challenge last year and really took it and turned it into something really successful by pivoting your business, like so many of us did last year.
Yeah.
And you've seen the results of being agile and doing things in a different way. Your particular business market and the marketing style of Thermomix can be quite challenging. What do you think is a common misconception of your kind of sales and marketing business?
Well, experience, I usually say to people, we aren't multi-marketing and we aren't party plan. So it's not like if you buy 5 Thermomixes, you're going to get a free one. So I guess the biggest challenge when I meet people is, oh gosh, they're really expensive. And I go, well, that's a perception. What's expensive? I had a customer, a hairdressing client yesterday telling me she's buying a new puppy and it's $4,500. Now, my perception on that is like, oh, that's 2 Thermomixes that, well, I will have on my bench for years to come. It will save me money. I don't have to pay vet bills and I don't have to buy food and all of that sort of stuff. So at the end of the day, a Thermomix can save you money. The other misconception is, those things that, are hot or they're sharp or whatever. I go, well, hot things burn and sharp things cut. So I think the biggest misconception is, number one, is the price of them. And the other one is people not really ever making a judgment on it without ever seeing it. So that's why I invite people to my page and say, look, just have a look, because they're only hearing other things. Or a lot of people will know somebody that has one, or my mother's sister's brother's got one, and they love it, but they don't understand why they love it. So I think that's
and it's interesting because you touched on that before a little bit before, is that people assume that it's a funnel marketing or party planning and that kind of thing, and that if I have someone come and show me my house, then I have to invite people and I have to do a whole party thing, and then there's pressure for everyone to buy. But it really is, it's a demonstration. It's a let me show you how this works. And I remember when someone came in, at the time, my neighbors on both sides of me had them, and they were always telling me about how amazing they were, and they were driving me crazy. And I was like, I want to see what it's all about. Yeah. And I had a lady come, and she set it up on the dining table, and we got all the kids, we got the kids around, and we made sure that we had my husband and I and the kids all involved in making the various steps of the 4 or 5 course meal or whatever it was. And it was so fun, and it was so easy, and the food we got as a result was amazing. We got to sit down and eat it. It wasn't like she packed it up and took it away again. It was a really fun way of experiencing it without any pressure to buy or any kind of party planning kind of, sales pitch at the end. It was really nice. It was really fun, and it made it a no-brainer for us.
And when you do that, you also don't have to, if you have other party plan things, you've got to prepare all the food and have it all ready. So you just need to provide a few ingredients, and I bring the machine, and we just have a cooking together.
And then we sat down and got to eat the food. So it was pretty awesome, I thought. What do you think is the most challenging part of your business or the industry that you're in?
I guess the challenging part is just, changing with the times. As I said, last year, I thought I was come to the end of my career. And then all of a sudden, with a bit of support from a team leader and some ideas from other people. So I get a lot of ideas from my customers, because every day I do a live and I think, oh God, what am I going to cook today? And somebody will ask me a question just off the side, and I think, oh, I'll show them that. And, because people don't know what they don't know. So,
and we get the same in our community. My husband and I have a community together around mental health and physical health. And we do lives, and people say, this is amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about something else? Or can you give me top tips on this? And then it kind of, one question then serves so many. It's so good.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit, you have been in the Bayside area for quite some time, and tell me a little bit about what you think are the most challenging and most rewarding parts of being a business in this area.
Well, for many years, I had a hairdressing salon in Wynnum, and I used to belong to the Chamber of Commerce. And I don't even know if they still exist. Then since then, we've now got the beautiful Bayside Women in Business, which when I was a team leader, I was a team leader with Thermomix for 6 years, and I had a team of 15 or 16 girls. And so I was quite involved in the community back then. And when I had my hairdressing salon, I was always involved with the community. I'm really passionate about supporting local business. If I need to buy a gift or something to wear, I'll try and find something locally. And I'm a big one to go to the butcher for my meat and fruit and veg shop for my fruit and veg. But I think challenge. What's a challenge? I don't know that I can think of any real challenges, to be honest, Rebecca.
Okay. That's good. So what are your hopes for your business in the coming year?
Well, my hope is that it will continue to grow, and I'll continue to learn and evolve with, the changing times. Yeah.
I think that from my perspective, especially, I think that we had the opportunity to really step into opportunity last year and really challenge ourselves in different ways. And I believe the flow on from that this year is to keep up that momentum and to keep expanding into new spaces, and not to fall back into old patterns and old behaviors and back into the safe space of what we know works or has worked historically, and to keep pushing ourselves to be creative and innovative and really support and champion. As you said, the more we support other businesses in this area, the more we all thrive. And I just think that is so crucial to us all succeeding. I think last year really helped us with that. So tell me a little bit about how you've noticed this whole Bayside area has changed over the last year or two.
Well, I think with all the new building, you know, like we've got a lot more new people, younger people are coming into the area, a lot more diverse, you know, because Wynnum used to be always known, or Bayside was always known for an older community. So I think that we've got a lot more new people moving in and just wanting that sea change. You know, it's such a fantastic area. We've got so much to offer, you know, with amazing cafes and restaurants and little boutiques. And, you know, I think the challenging thing that is around, particularly the Wynnum area, is the parking, and it's always been. So hopefully that can be addressed over the coming time. So, yeah, that was always a challenge.
I've come from Melbourne, so I find Wynnum parking a breeze. But as a local, I'll totally respect your opinion on that one. What would you love to see happen in this area in the next few years?
I would love to see more shops. You know, I'm not a big lover of shops, you know, like, you know, you got the same shops all the time, whether you go to Carindale or to Mount Cravat or wherever you go, they're the same. So I'd love for us to get more diverse shops, and, you know, because we've got so many cool eclectic kind of shops as well, that you're going to find something really unique and really different. So I'd love for us to fill up all of those shops and have less empty shops.
Absolutely. There's so much potential.
Oh, so much
potential. And I think that too, I love the idea of collaboration and businesses coming together. So places like the Collective, I think, are gold, where, you know, you can really support a whole lot of people through one place. You know, I think places like health hubs and business hubs where people can come together, share spaces, support each other. I think that is a huge opportunity for Wynnum going forward. So I would love to wrap up with, I guess, a little bit more of a personal question is, where are your favorite go-to places? You've been in the area a while. You must know loads of special places.
Yep. So just diversing away from the actual right Bayside, there's a fabulous little place down on Wynnum Road heading toward Tingalpa. There's a little Greek restaurant on one corner and a fabulous little cafe called the Smoke and Goat on the other corner. Okay. They're two of my favourite places. So we go for coffee at the Goat and to Limony for dinner. But also my absolute favourite place is down on the waterfront, but it's called Green Park, and it's on the corner of Fox and Glenora Street. There's a big, beautiful old fig tree. Every Sunday we take our picnic chairs, and it's a family thing, so whoever can come. And there's a fabulous coffee shop across the road, and we just grab a coffee and we sit round there. And it's whether it's winter or summer. If it's winter, we sit in the sun a little bit. If it's summer, sit under the shade of that beautiful tree. And it's such a relaxing place. You know, they're my favourite places.
I love that shout out, because I discovered Green Park for the first time just recently. There was a food truck night there the other night, and we went along. The crowd was packed. The park was packed. It was after dark. There were kids running around with glow sticks, and there were food trucks lined up, and it was loads of fun. And I believe that there's a development going up there soon with a new cafe and restaurant and kind of space through there if it all gets approved. And what I was thinking, and my husband and I were sitting there thinking, wouldn't it be amazing if these trees were all lit up with the sparkly lights that are down on the Wynnum foreshore? So just so there was that light and that glow in the park for everybody to be enjoying. So I think that there's obviously things happening there. It's a great location, and I'm yet to try Frankie's, but I've been told wonderful things.
Yeah, definitely. If you like a coffee, go get one.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Denise. It has been an absolute pleasure talking to you, and I will put all of your contact details in the content attached to this video so people can reach out to you and find out more. What is your favorite way of being contacted? Do you like someone picking up the phone, sending you a message, contacting you through Facebook? What's your favorite go-to?
Well, I'm a phone dog. I'll pick up the phone. If people message me, I'll say, can I call you? Because I'm much better with a conversation. You know, things can get misconstrued in messages, but as a go-to messenger, or even on my Facebook page, I'm usually there. So, but yeah, if you want a conversation, I'm always happy to pick up a phone and have a chat. So
Excellent.
I do like a chat.
Don't we all? And I guess as a minimum, jump in, join the community on Facebook, get to be a part of and appreciate the education coming through the lives and all of your amazing recipes and shares, and get to know you a little bit more that way.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Denise. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much to you, Rebecca.